Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Hey, you right there, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button, you right there. Don't be no eavesdropper, please. Let's talk about it. Shakur, no. Shakur, no. Shakur. Yo, I feel like Malcolm X slamming the table. I'm slapping the table in a Malcolm X movie. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I think this is egregious. I think this is the worst card in boxing. Y'all, they made Shakur Stevenson versus Corona a main event fight when it was the co-main, and then now they're going to probably charge $60-$70 to get you to pay for it on the trashiest undercard of the year. Y'all told me that Turkey Ali Sheik was here to save boxing, and all he was giving us is less than performing cards, and now he's about to give Shakur Stevenson a trash card, because what I come to find out that Beterbiev and Bivol is going to be on ESPN Plus. We don't even have to pay for that, y'all. The only reason people was going to pay for the pay-per-view was because Arthur Beterbiev and Dimitri Bivol for Undisputed. We wasn't buying the pay-per-view for Joe Cordina. Now I gotta buy the pay-per-view just to support Shakur, and that's my man's. Just because I can't be one, because I'm going to trash it so much that I gotta support little bro, just so I can trash it, because this is terrible. Every time I think it's getting a little bit better, it get a little bit worse. This story get a little bit worse, from him saying that he had replaced Loma to telling Eddie Hearn, well, we not sure that he going to sign with Eddie. Shout out to my guy Knockout Boxing for bringing something to my attention. He had 2 interviews with the same shirt on, then they dropped a week apart because he didn't want them to know that he already had signed a week or so prior to actually sign, telling Eddie Hearn to not pursue the Gervontadavis fight, to saying that you did hear back from the PBC, but you can't wait for him and all that when you took your quick, you literally just fought. This is the fastest Shakur Stevenson has ever made a fight. And then through all that, you tell Eddie Hearn, don't pursue the Tank Davis fight. And then after all that, we find out that you a co-main. And then they make you a main event, but don't even make it for free. They put it on pay-per-view. Y'all out your mind. Jay Prince Jr. needs to be fired. Shakur Stevenson, other manager, needs to be fired. Shakur, Eddie Hearn giving you trash fights from the door, bro. You signed with Eddie Hearn just to be a part of the worst card in boxing, period. You just signed with Eddie Hearn just to be a part of the worst card in boxing. That's the part that just amazes me, to be honest. When you make moves like this, you got to make moves like that to better what you're doing, not worse what you're doing. You're supposed to go forward, not backwards. Shakur Stevenson has done nothing but went backwards for the last 2 months. And I'm supposed to sit here and act like he hasn't been doing that. Why? Because I like him. I like his fighting style. I like what he does. In the ring, I have not agreed with nothing Shakur has been doing outside of the ring for like the last 2 years. Besides that fake 25% offer. Everything else Shakur Stevenson has done has been off-brand to my likings. That's why I don't think I would like Shakur Stevenson that much in real life. I think he's hard-headed. I think he's a diva. I think he knows how good he is, and he thinks he should be paid off of how good he is, and not understanding that that's not how business works. Nikola Jokic is basically the best player in the NBA. He's not the most popular or got all the endorsement deals, is on commercials and all that. So and he's accomplished more in basketball than Shakur Stevenson has accomplished in boxing. You do not put Joe Cardona and Shakur Stevenson as a main event. You do not do that under any circumstances, but they did it, and then think you're gonna make people pay for it. Y'all, this don't do over 30,000 pay-per-view buys. And that's the shame, and I hate to say that because I'm gonna be one of them, and I know it's not going to do over 30,000. Put it like this, y'all: this fight won't sell more than any of David Benavidez's cards. So whatever David Benavidez's lowest number is, this gonna be lower than that, because Shakur Stevenson is not more popular than David Benavidez. And what I mean is not on YouTube streets wise. I mean it's a boxing fans, period, because David Benavidez has a whole culture that probably don't even tap into Shakur Stevenson. Take this coffee. It's unfortunate, man, that I see little bro going through this, man, because I truly feel like he's been being guided wrong. He's not guided in the right directions as far as what he needs to do with his career. Every move that has been criticized from the De Los Santos fight to now to even prior to that, the De Los Santos fight, then you had the Arthur fight, then you had this Joe Cardona fight. Then people was criticizing that as it was for being a co-main. Now it's a main event, and y'all gonna put it on pay-per-view. When people was saying that they did want to thought that it could be a main event, they didn't think that they would have to pay for it to watch it. And the sad part is if him and Williams to pay to fight, more than likely that'll be on free TV. This is Shakur Stevenson is not a pay-per-view attraction. I will give Eddie and them credit for giving Shakur something that he said that he wanted, and that's to be on pay-per-view and all that. But this is not the fight you do it on. You don't just throw any fights on pay-per-view if you know anything about boxing. For all that, Ryan Garcia could have threw Oscar. Ryan Garcia fighting Oscar Diorte is a better fight than this, and that wasn't on pay-per-view. Ryan Garcia versus Oscar Diorte was a better fight than this, and that wasn't on pay-per-view. So for Shakur Stevenson to be doing this, man, to have that out there, man, it's just, I feel bad because now I got to criticize it because we all know it's trash. It's been going nothing but downhill for Shakur Stevenson for the last 3 months, and I can't even defend bro because not one move he's made I would have made myself. Not one move he has made I agree with, whether I like him or not. He looking up the Bud too much. Bud is not who you want to be, my guy. Bud is actually, you want to be everything else but Terrence Crawford. You do not want to be Terrence Crawford business-wise. Terrence Crawford is the most popular he's ever been at 37 years old when he's about to retire. You do not want that to be your case. You would much rather be Canelo Alvarez and gervontadavis than Terrence Crawford, bro. People are going to remember both of those names that I said. They're going to remember them more than Terrence Crawford. But Shakur Stevenson is so influenced by so many other people, he don't have his own mind. He picks from everybody else's brain, and then he makes his own evaluation. Nothing he has done is original. I truly believe Shakur Stevenson is getting patted on the back and getting advised to make certain moves that he's making that it got it going all downhill. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for Shakur Stevenson. It's unfortunate for Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn done dropped the ball twice when it comes to Devin Haney and when it comes to Shakur Stevenson. So now he's ruined other opportunities at getting other Black American fighters later down the road. The difference between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, Jaron Ennis was basically forced to go over there. Because where he originally wanted to go, he couldn't go. He actually did talk to everybody. They didn't. They wanted to go with Eddie Hearn, and look at the results it's getting them. Meanwhile, Boots probably get Brian Norman Jr. Boots probably get what he want, a unification with Brian Norman Jr. It's in Philadelphia. It's going to sell out. He getting probably get $4 million for that fight. He getting what he wants, but those other two guys not. And Shakur is a free agent. He should want to be in position to get what he needs. But it's all good, though. Y'all already know what this is, though, right? Deem, by any means. And I'll holler at y'all.